Hey, happy Monday, Robbie. And we got John back. All right, Jay. So John just sent you a pic that we're gonna use later in the show.
Okay.
All right. So it is a surprise, and I'm hoping to find out where I can get some. But I'll explain at some time during the show. So just let me know when you get it. You sent it to him?
Send it to him now.
All right. So it should be there, my friend. So Robbie, so we were talking about the French 3-hour movie with the mimes.
Yep.
And you told me that the movie night went well.
Yeah, the movie night went really well. There were 5 of us. 3 of us gave it a perfect score. 2 of us gave it just under a perfect score. So
I'm sorry, just so you know, I thought that show was going to be a dead dog, a 3-hour movie in French with mimes. I'm thinking, man, he's going to be all by himself. Anyone out there?
On the strength of that show, Robbie's going to take over for Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh, I would love to do that, John. Please put my name in that hat if that's available. I would love to do that. That's my dream job, is to be a horror host. So
it's going to be him and Darcy, and I'm going to be like, I know you're staring at the girl, but you see the dude over there? And of course, most of my friends will be like, what dude? I'm like, the dude on the other side where Joe Bob used to sit. That's Robbie.
All right. So, yeah, Marcus, you have to remove the mime or I am not watching the show, even if it's an American version. Okay. An American mime and a French mime. What's the difference?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
So John's back.
I want to thank Jay and thank everyone who sort of reached out. When I wasn't feeling well a couple of weeks ago, that was sort of not ideal, but the upside was, I was in a hospital overnight. They kind of took care of everything. The next day they did a whole bunch of tests and they were like, "Oh, wow. You're that's great, man. You're recovering. You're doing great." And I was like, "Okay." And instead of going home and resting, I went in and promptly threw myself into another project, but Jay will post those pictures later, I guess.
So Jay, did you receive the pics from John?
Yes, I did.
All right. So, announcement. I don't know where you can get it because I don't believe any of the group other than me lives in this general area. But if it gets nationally distributed, I'm sure John will let us know. But John has his own brand of hot dogs, and it says something else on the package.
I do. They're spicy hot dogs. They're made with roasted long hots.
There it is. The South Jersey Long Hot Dog.
South Jersey Food Scene is the Facebook group.
It is $9.99 a pound?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to need a gift.
That's actually a good price for sort of small batch craft hot dogs.
Yeah, I'm buying them on sale at the ShopRite. All right, so I might need a gift.
ShopRite, you slow down, man. I don't know if ShopRite's going to answer any. I do have a friend of mine who owns his own grocery store, Ray Rostelli. And he will probably carry them. Ray Rostelli in Marlton.
Oh, Rostelli's? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know the founder's first name. Sorry.
Him and I have been friends for about 20
We're not
years.
tight like that. I've been there, of course. I love their buffet, but
he absolutely wants to get the store, Head and Culinary, friends of mine, to a production level where he can put them in his store.
Nice.
Like 100 packs over a weekend or whatever. I said, slow down. Let's see how these go first. There I am.
Oh, there it is.
That's the first big bite.
First day out of the hospital, chomping on that dog, baby.
That was like the second day, but yeah, that was like the second day.
I'm sorry. Second day out of the hospital, you're chomping on that dog.
First day, they asked me to keep it light, so I had like eggs and toast and like 5 different recovery drinks that they gave me from the hospital. Each one tastes worse than the next one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you couldn't get away with chomping on that while you were in the hospital. No. They frown upon that.
Well, the funny thing is they're talking to me like my cardiologist is sitting down and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, take a look. This is my new project." And he just looks at me like, I got the stuff on my chest and beep beep and all the other stuff. And he's looking at me like, "Seriously, dude, hot dogs?" I said, "It's all beef, locally raised, organic."
Apparently. With long hots.
With roasted long hots. And the roasted long hots are roasted in beef tallow before they go into the hot dogs.
Marcus, which claim, buddy, are you talking about?
I think he's trying to claim some of them hot dogs, man.
Well, I can't help you there. The man you got to talk to is sitting right here to my right.
I am actually hoping that we get to a production level where we can send out gift boxes and put them in real stores. And it's
cool.
right now,
I tell you what, John, I know a YouTuber who will totally review your hot dogs on his channel just for a pack. That's all you got to send.
Yeah. That's sort of what we're kind of doing right now. We want to reach out to popular YouTubers. And the funny thing was, I actually said to the owners I had in culinary, I said, well, I know some people who could probably help us out. We'll have to dry ice some dogs to them or whatever. We'll see. This was the first weekend they were out. They sold out. The reception was overwhelmingly popular, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I've kind of been down this road before with stuff, and you can't get too excited.
Yeah,
you have to see how it goes.
It's a hard business. I mean, it's not easy, but
I think you have enough legs. Sled coffee.
Yeah, I think you have enough legs. I think you got something there.
Well, hot dogs are becoming like a big thing in South Jersey.
Well, not only that, you're coming in the summer.
Yeah,
so people are grilling outside. So I think if it's going to take off, now it's the right time of year. You don't want to be coming out with this in November.
Dude, congratulations, John. I'm envious, man. I would love to have my own brand of hot
dogs.
That. That'd be great. Could you imagine that? The Rock and Robbie.
Maybe you should review it, and you might get a free pack too.
I'm telling you, I would. You just got to send me one.
What I want to do is, and you'll have to figure out how to make this happen. But if we get to the production level where we can do this, I want to do a giveaway.
Okay.
On the show of the hot dogs. So you'll have to figure out how to, I can get you hot dogs. You'll have to figure out how to ship them to whoever wins.
You'll have to tell me how to do that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know how to ship food across the country to Canada. I have no clue.
They do that all the time now, right? They just use a little bit of dry ice and all that.
Dry ice.
Omaha Steaks have been doing this for decades, man.
That's what I was going to say. Omaha Steaks.
I don't want to be the guy making that call. I'm gonna give people food poisoning. Are you kidding me?
But somebody mentioned bacon. How much bacon is in those hot dogs? There's no bacon in those hot dogs, but there probably will be John Cole inspired bacon later in the year.
Well,
probably
I need that too.
Well, I just want to know when you're going to put out the ones that got the cheese in the middle of them, bro.
You know what I found out? Doing it with crappy cheese processed product is easy. Doing it with real cheese, something I like Cooper cheese, is difficult. It doesn't hold up to the smoking process. It doesn't hold up to the packaging process.
Actually have a food question. So I was looking on the internet. Is American cheese, like Cooper Sharp, not considered real cheese?
No, Cooper is considered real cheese.
It is.
American is cheese. Look, we live in America, man. But
but
like the hardcore cheeseheads do not
Swiss,
consider
mozzarella.
Yeah. But isn't it okay? Correct. I don't really. I think when I was super into burgers last year, y'all remember that? And I was making a burger every night. I was researching it. Isn't American cheese just like cheddar cheese or other cheeses melted down and they just put milk in it? It's used. They make it with cheese, right?
Yeah, it's a very young product, as to what cheese people would say. Right? They're all about the process, the aging, whatever. One of the reasons American cheese became so popular is because it's a quick make. You put it on everything.
That's true.
If you want to do Swiss cheese, if Robbie came to me tomorrow and said, let's start a Swiss cheese company, the first thing we would have to do is find a cave to age the cheese in. And then Robbie and I would be selling Swiss cheese in 2028. Maybe 2027 if we catch a break, right? American cheese, if he said he wanted to start an American cheese company, by the end of this show, with a few texts and emails, we could probably have companies giving us bids on, how much for every 100 pounds they make, we can do.
Okay. Tell you what, let's get in touch with Chad Gable, and we're going to come up with a Grande Americano cheese is what we're going to do.
So American cheese is to cheese what Country Crock is to butter.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go.
Good analogy.
That's a very
cheese-esque, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's
the reason I actually saw this on the internet was I am trying to be healthier, right? So
literally no cheese is probably your best
I know that, but you still gotta live, dude. I can eat rice cakes for the rest of my life. But who wants to do that? And a boiled chicken every day. But who the hell wants to do that?
They say you'll live
rice cakes with some peanut butter, rice cakes with some Greek yogurt. That can be pretty good, man.
You know what I used to love to do with rice cakes when someone would bring them to my house for a party to be healthy? Invariably, no one ate them. So at the end of the night, I would put the griddle back on and just throw them on the griddle. So the beef fat or pork fat or whatever I had cooked that night.
Because it's essentially tasteless.
It would absorb it. I would take it off. I would chop it up. And it was like chunky. It was almost like Cracker Jacks.
Oh,
or like chunky. It became dessert because someone would always, I'd say, hey, look, go get me some condensed milk in a little pan so I can make caramel real quick. Kind of cheaty caramel, but caramel. And it would just go in a thing, and I would chop it with 2 spatulas, and it would go with a bunch of, we'll say, pork fat.
Right.
And then fistful of salt, fistful of pepper, toss, and then
so the reason I ran across that info was I'm trying to eat somewhat healthier, right? So I'm packing lunches, and I like a good sandwich. So I'm looking it up on the internet. The healthiest deli meat, the healthiest cheese. So what I came across is the healthiest deli meat, roasted chicken, obviously turkey, low sodium ham, roast beef are your best kind. As much as I love like mortadella, okay, pastrami, corned beef, all that stuff, but apparently those are the least healthy.
You know what I had this weekend with the release of these dogs? A buddy of mine was doing this barbecue like 2 or 3 doors down. Mm-hmm. He had pastrami spiced pork belly.
Ooh, that just sounds good.
And he came over. He goes, dude, let's do a little trade. So I brought over a couple hot dogs and a hoagie roll, and he did a breakfast sandwich for me with pork belly, egg, and cheese. And I got to tell you, man, I got the better end of that deal.
So that's when I ran across the info on the cheese. So I read that American cheese was not considered 100% real cheese.
It's not really, but
so the best
it's made
cheeses,
with cheese, but it's other things, right? But here's the question.
Cheeses.
Here's the question. So when I was doing all this burger research, everybody said American cheese is the best cheese for cheeseburgers. Is the reason why because of the way it melts on the burger or something?
Yeah, it's a combination, I think, of price, availability, and meltability. Cooper in our area has all those things at a higher level. Cooper actually has flavor.
Right. So Cooper, is it just around here?
As far as I know, Cooper just reached Florida because so many people from here now live there. And they're running around looking for Cooper cheese
Sharp,
in places like...
which I did not know about until John told me about it. Cooper Sharp is a type of American cheese, and now they're putting it on everything. Okay.
It's probably best on cheesesteaks.
Yes.
It's probably best on
cheesesteaks. There was a place I go to. It's a local joint. It's not the best cheesesteak in the area, but it is, it's a clean family-owned joint, and I really like them, and they're very reasonably priced. So about, I don't know, a month ago, I tried to order a cheesesteak with Cooper Sharp. And he said, we don't have that. I said, you should get it.
Who said that?
Skylar's down the road.
You know what? I like Skylar's, but for them, everything is $19.99.
No, Skylar's.
No, year 1999.
Oh,
literally,
I'm like,
hasn't changed.
No, are you kidding me? I get a cheesesteak for under 10 there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Their prices are low. He's a very nice guy. He uses his personal friendship with Deluxe to get the rolls at almost wholesale. And I have no problem with that, but
they are not on the cutting edge.
Yeah, they're not on the cutting edge. They're happy to stay way back.
So my favorite kind of cheese for a burger, if I'm making a burger and I'm just doing whatever, like I usually like a white cheddar, like very sharp. Like I'm just kind of basic like that. But like y'all are in cheesesteak country. Like,
yes.
And I know I've asked you this before, but some people say you use this cheese. Some people say you use the Cheese Whiz processed stuff. What do y'all use? Like in cheesesteak?
Well, Cheese Whiz is, I guarantee you, not real cheese.
Yeah, first of all, Cheese Whiz is even farther from real cheese than American cheese.
I know that.
Cheese Whiz was the first cheese sauce product that they spread on cheesesteaks.
Right.
Wait, 50, 60 years ago, whatever.
So the first time I was a young man living in Philadelphia, and I went to a place, and I know that John knows it, Jim's Steak, which was supposedly at the time the best cheesesteak in America.
Well, there were people that thought Jim's was the best cheesesteak in America until the place burned down. Although I think they opened now right next door.
Yeah, they
right?
opened back up.
But they, you know, the day the place was on fire, people were like, you know, Jim's is the best. This is a tragedy for food.
Well, you have Geno's, you have what's the other one? Right on across the street. Geno's in Philly.
There's Geno's and Pat's.
So
Pat's.
cheese
Oliveri
is to cheese what 10W30 is to butter.
There you go.
Are you taking the SAT soon or something like that?
No, man, but he's right though. I mean,
No, he is
not,
right, but
like,
he's like making these analogies.
Cheese
kinda like
is to
that
cheese
fresh
what motor
air.
oil is to butter. Like, let's be real.
When I make a
So-
cheesesteak on my griddle at home, mine is very non-traditional. I caramelize the onions. They're not just fried, they're caramelized. Not everyone likes that. I like that.
Right.
I don't use cheese. I make a fondue or cheese sauce out of Cooper.
So so that's the advantage
and then
of
I
the
just
cheese
sort of
whiz.
do my thing when it's
Right.
done.
So the cheese
Also,
whiz.
I don't use ribeye. The best cheesesteaks are made with ribeye, is the current thinking. Other people will use various beef products or whatever. I like short rib.
Okay, got you.
But keep in mind, I'm making one for myself. So if the price point is $30, well,
Yeah,
you know,
dude,
I'm not
dude.
selling it. I'm
Look,
literally making it.
let me
for
tell you how it
myself.
works in my house, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go out and get cheesesteak, whether it's Skylar's or Goldberger's or Ryan Howie's. But if I'm making it at home,
Ryan Howie's is good.
yeah, if I'm making it at home, I got club rolls or something from supermarket. I got steakums, okay, and slices of whatever cheese I got in the fridge, and that's
Steakums.
I was about to be like, you using Steakums and Sargento? What's going on here, man? I thought you would turn your nose up to some Steakums,
I'm
man.
Well, I'm making it at home, dude.
I gotta send
So
you.
steakums cook up real fast. It was a staple in college for me.
Steakums is to cheesesteak real meat the way that
All right, we are all ready for the SAT, boys.
My brother, I gotta send an email to Human Resources. You need a significant pay hike because
So,
a grown man your age
Steakums?
should not be eating steakums.
I just
Dude,
retched in my mouth a little.
Wait, what's that?
I just threw up in my mouth a little thinking about steakums.
Well, I can't help you there, Kyle. Sorry.
Steakums is like what people ate
All right,
40
so-
years ago.
So
in high
listen,
school.
listen up though. Here's why. Because steakums, okay, there is so little cleanup when I'm done. Okay. So they come individually wrapped with that little wax paper in between.
I know.
Right. You take 2 of those, you throw them in the skillet. Okay, fries right up. Okay, you split it up because they're nice and thin.
They're so thin they have
at
one
least you're
side.
putting them in a pan
Well, you
instead
put
of the
2.
microwave, bro. At least you're
Oh,
doing
you
no.
know what? If he
Can't
said
do
the
that.
microwave, he'd be doing this show alone.
Because you have to toast the bread on top of it. That's part of the
to kind of
process.
do the
yeah.
There's
So-
a thing. Anybody's that curious, go look on YouTube. There's like a way it all gets done. The bread on
Right.
top, you kind of scoop it, and it's like a whole thing.
But usually, so the steakums is there on a late night where I'm so tired, don't feel like going out.
Do you at least get the blue or purple label steakums? You're not using the red box, are you?
They have different labels.
Is it time for a break? I might need a minute.
It is. It is. He may have to check back into the hospital. All right. So, all right. Ooh, nice one.
See, that's nice. That's
See?
real nice.
I can cook that at home. Very
That's
easily.
what I think the dish on the right Kyle made. If I remember, Kyle sent me that picture the other day. He was kind of
Yeah.
wondering what he was going to do with sausage and pepper.
Both
sandwich
look great,
pasta,
man.
whatever.
And I love that you're doing the sauerkraut onion thing, man. That's like one of my favorite ways to eat a hot dog, man. Mustard, sauerkraut, and onion, man.
I love mustard. I
When
love
I was
sauerkraut.
a kid, my dad would get a pot and a couple dark beers would go in there and huge fistfuls of cabbage or kraut or whatever he had in there. And then he would take onions and a box grater, grate them right over, mix it up, and just let it simmer for a while. And then by the time the hot dogs and all that stuff were done, whoop, we go right on there. So
I went through a hot dog phase one time, and I started making dirty water for the first time, and like started experimenting with it. Everybody's like, "It's so good, dude! It's so good." I've never thought about seasoning the water of the hot dog because typically I don't cook a hot dog in water. That's what my mom did. You know what I'm saying? But
I think everybody's mom just boiled them, right? They were super busy, especially moms that were like working moms who had 19 kids or something.
You just turn it on, boil.
Yeah, we all have those exploded boiled hot dogs.
Yeah, where they split at the ends.
They split.
I had those for lunch today.
So, yeah, so the steakums just like hot dogs, but I generally fry them in butter because I don't. I'll boil them sometimes, but the whole point of doing it is to make it as simple.
Boil your steakums? That's terrible, man. Don't do that.
No, my hot dogs.
Jay, I just sent you a picture of the hot dogs I had for lunch today. Actually,
I boil my steakums in butter.
This is where the air fryer is the most genius invention ever. You throw some hot dogs in an air fryer, and they're perfect.
Yes,
and almost no cleanup.
100%. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally you take them out, maybe a little wipe with a towel, and you are done, and you are eating.
All right, so we talked about food right up until the break. So let's go ahead and take the break, and when we get back,
we'll get back to my comics. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do shout outs and giveaways. All right, so hang out. We'll be right back,
everybody.
Order Battle Quest comics at your local comic shop today. FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.
All right, we're back.
back.
All right, so shout outs real quick. Let's see who's in the room. I think we got a full room.
Everybody's in the room, man.
That's true. Hold on. What is wrong with this mouse?
Stevie B, Chef Boyardee, ravioli over SpaghettiOs any day. You throw some jalapenos in there, a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Chef Boyardee's ravioli, you can actually do stuff with. Somebody left like a pita or something at my house. And this is one of these things at like 4 a.m, people are getting up. They still want beers. They still want to eat. So I'm kind of looking at what people brought. People would bring things to my house and I'm like, why bother? I'm not going to eat this. But, when you get to 4 a.m, so somebody brought a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli that looked like it was a service size can, like in a cafeteria. I cracked this thing open, and there's these pitas, almost the size of tortillas that people left in my house. So I took them and brushed them with a little oil, and I took each ravioli and pressed it into the dough with a tablespoon.
That's interesting.
So essentially, it became the crust for like a makeshift pizza.
Interesting. All right, so
they were not good. People liked them. They thought it was neat, but the next morning when I woke up sober and tried one, I'm like, oh God.
So Eddie asked about Beanie Weenies. I like Beanie Weenies too. Here's the thing. There's a lot of struggle meals from when I was like in my early 20s or from when I was a kid growing up in the family and like we were just stretching pennies. There's stuff I love, dude. So Rex, I can't even talk smack about your steakums because one of the I did this just a few weeks ago. I do this like once a year. I'll go buy one of those like Stouffer's family trays of Salisbury steak.
oh yeah, I know what you're talking
There's
about.
nothing wrong with that. That's the kind of thing I ate when I tried to go to different colleges. I gave like an honest attempt. Eventually, I had a choice.
Dinty Moore beef stew.
Yeah, eventually my dad gave me a
Dinty Moore
choice.
beef
Go
stew on
to
some
school.
rice, bruh. You're living large, man.
Eventually, my dad gave me a choice: go to culinary school or get out. So after 3 colleges said thanks, but no thanks. But while I was there, I had a blast. I would usually cook for people in the dorm or on our floor or whatever. And I would always, let's go to the cafeteria and borrow something. And there was always kind of Dinty Moore or Stouffer's, big mac and cheese, big this, big that. You haven't lived until you take one of those big sheets of Salisbury steak, one of those big things of mac and cheese, cook them, and put
Mix
one on
them
top
together. Oh man.
and put them on top of the other, big fistful of like barbecue rub or whatever you can get your hands on, and you just start scooping and eating. And I got to tell you, that's like the best. When I was in college, a $5 feeding people for $5, even then it was like, wow, you fed everybody for $5. Man, I got change. I fed so many people at Texas. That stuff used to
It's
be
probably still the number one lasagna most Americans eat is the Stouffer's
Yeah,
lasagna.
Stouffer's lasagna is given away at ShopRite. Like if you spend like $500 over the year, when you get to the holidays, they're like, "Did you spend $500 in the store?" Sure did. Here, have this on us. Stouffer's is a food truck. They zip around to different events, and you can try. It's primarily the mac and cheese, but they've done a few other things there too.
Right.
They did their stuffed shells. And it still tastes the same.
All right, so shout outs real quick. So Mr. Easy Go Lucky, Triple B, Weird Dopes, Preston, what's going on? Let's see who else we got here. Stevie B.
Jay, do you mean
Corey
the 3
Rush.
seashells? I think by now everyone knows how to use the 3 seashells. And if they don't, keep that to yourself.
Let's see. Corey Russ, Marcus, of course. Ed Weird, what's up? Let's see. Preston, Triple B. Let's see.
And again, a lot of these people
Corey
reached-
Rust. Huh?
A lot of these people reached out on different social media platforms, whatever, to wish me well. Thanks again, man. It's very much appreciated, especially, times where I'm like, I'm sitting in the hospital in the middle of the night. And they're like, you can't lay down, but you can't sit up. You can't walk around, but you have to stay active. So I'm just kind of reading these things, and I appreciate it.
It almost feels like they don't know what they're talking about.
Johnny Sanchez.
If I realized that medical school was that easy, I could have done it. Come on now.
Surgeon.
I swear to God, some doctor came in to check on me at like 4 a.m. He literally opened his iPad to see what was up. I'm like, please don't tell me you're at YouTube learning surgeoning. And he's like, no, I just had to check the blah, blah, blah. Man, unless you're Dr. McCoy, I don't want you using a tricorder to see what the hell is wrong with me.
Oh, God. All right, so let me see. Who did I leave out? I said hi to Johnny Sanchez, I think. If not, what's going on, bud?
Eddie, I love pickled bologna. I love pickled ring bologna.
I've never had pickled bologna. I've never even heard of that.
Pickled bologna and pickled hot dogs are delicious. You can find easy recipes online. Find a clean jar. The pickling solution's easy. I don't know if the entire country has ring bologna. We're like an hour and a half from Amish country, and maybe 2 hours depending on where you live in Jersey. So ring bologna is around here. It's
So,
essentially
like, is it pickled like in like a tube form, or like, because like I've had like pickled sausages and
can be both,
firecrackers and stuff
actually.
like that. Okay.
It can be both. Pickled ring bologna tends to be chopped, put in like an old mayonnaise jar when they were glass. Pickling stuff goes in, whatever, and you leave it sit in the back of the fridge for a while, like you do with pickled eggs or whatever. You take them out. I remember
I've never had a pickled egg either, man. I never have. You come around here, if you come down to Alabama, every convenience store has a giant jar of pickled eggs and pickled pig's feet, man.
That's like, why I've traveled through the South. When he said he hadn't tried them, I'm like, what? Like, I've traveled through South Carolina, Georgia, parts of Florida, parts of Alabama, more towards like the coast part. But like, you go into a store and you're getting gas and coffee, and you know they have like 15 Bahama Mamas in a jar, and I'm like, okay, very cool.
The thing that always pulled me off of it was right next to it is like a styrofoam, like some like a big fork or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
just fork or whatever. The forks were the best because you had to stab it.
There's like vinegar all over the counter.
All right, we got K-pop in the house. What's going on? Mike Asbill, Barlord, I see you there. Let me see. Let me just finish shout outs. I said hi to Corey. I saw Robbie Roach somewhere. But my God. All right, let's see.
You guys ever seen somebody eat pickled pig's feet? It's the grossest looking thing.
I've had it. It's not bad.
It's you know what? The flavor is good. Watching people eat them like that is not good. I've taken pickled pig's feet, kind of scraped the meat off, and turned it into, you know, like a force meat or a pate or something. But like to just grab a hoof with a nail on it and start chawing in public, that's like biker bar level rough. Like you got to be like a manly man to sit there and watch someone eat that. And I'll tell you, I saw Becky make a comment about for the level of food we talk about. She knows there's a lot of bachelors in the chat as everybody's just talking about canned and frozen food.
Bro, I still got a recipe book that I had from when I was like in my early 20s. Somebody gave me as a joke, but I've actually made recipes out of it. But it's called A Man, a Can, a Plan.
It's catchy. I love that.
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff, man.
On?
Back before he
Tracy
became
Medina's
famous.
in the house too.
Where I have to check Mariano's desk because I think the Hour Man thing is
yes, it is actually on my desk. Next break, I'll run.
I can't wait for this. I'm a huge like Golden Age Hour Man fan. I've had a few sketches done on Artist Alley back in the day when I'd go to cons, and even the artists would be like, "You sure? You waited like an hour, man?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sure. And they just knock something out, and I was, I'd always appreciate that. And he would even say, "This is the only one I've done today." Most of these guys are like, like Josh Anderson. I've done 39 Batman in like 2 hours. So give me anything else to draw.
So Rex, real quick, because I know the chat's going by pretty fast. You might not have seen the question, but there's a question for you in the chat. I think everybody else knows the answer, but have you seen Ballerina yet?
I have not. I'm sure everyone is shocked. No, I have not. So one last thing. All right, Nick, what's going on, buddy?
I was going to say, the thing about Ballerina is this opens up many more movies in the world of John Wick. John Wick is this close to essentially being a comic book universe, right? I know that Dynamite did John Wick comics, and I know that Keanu Reeves kind of does his own sort of berserker deal. But the world of John Wick, specifically the world of the Continental and all that other stuff, is 95% of the way to superhero comics, street level superhero comics. The Ballerina only reinforces the fact that there should be probably 3 or 4 more movies centering on characters from that universe. Not necessarily John Wick, although, if they have him pop in for a little, hey, what's up? Because
weren't they talking about doing a spin-off with the Donnie Yen character?
Yes, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Donnie Yen, that name is legendary in terms of, shooting, driving cars, beating people up, motorcycles, jumping off buildings. You get Donnie Yen in a good story. I don't think there's a lot to really, you just need like a somewhat competent writer.
Agreed. So the last week's comments winner.
Go say it.
I'm gonna wait until it streams. All right. So last week's comments winner is Robbie Roach, because his comment mentioned my daughter, and as soon as you do that, you're gonna win. All right. So you are getting Wonder Woman #1 with a Wonder Woman cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim. All right.
I very much love the way she kind of leans into, I don't want to say it's a strict anime style, and maybe it's just my interpretation, but like I'm kind of like getting an anime vibe here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, I don't know if it's just me or not, but.
All right. So the giveaway of the night, the hashtag is EXP Monday, all lowercase, is Storm #1 with the Wolverine cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
That's
that doesn't
really...
look like Hugh Jackman at all.
Yeah. Whatever do you mean, Robbie?
The Greatest Showman? What would he have to do with comics?
All right. So one last shout out. Thank you to John. He really helped me out with the venue for my daughter's engagement party, which went very well.
I saw those pictures, man. I saw you without a hat for the first time, I think, Rex.
Right? Yeah. So the crowd you see there. So I don't know. Somebody was taking pics. So hopefully they got one with 3 of us, but we never set up. So the people you see in the pics are people that have come from the world of our travels in softball. So the young lady in the pic, she used to play with my daughter. And everyone else are parents that we used to, one was a former coach and a parent, and husband and wife that essentially being a divorced dad, these people took care of me during the travels. Things like we were in Binghamton, New York, and we were going to tailgate. So I get a call from my buddy who was at the supermarket with his wife and asking what kind of cold cuts I like. So they kind of took care of us. To this day, we meet up at a brewery or something, twice a year. We hang out, we go to Phillies games, things of that nature. So they have become a very real part of, I guess, our travels. So that's why they were there. I had to deal with the ex-wife, so I kind of need my own posse around me. But John was critical in finding the right place. The venue was great. I never realized they had that back room all the way in the back.
Yeah.
By the parking lot. Didn't even know that.
Did you get a chance to go upstairs?
No, I didn't.
I don't know if you ever see the fireplace room. I've probably celebrated 4 or 5 birthdays up there.
I think they were given that option, but they really liked the downstairs room, the extended room. It just had more room.
The upstairs room is small and a little bit stuffy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, but when it's just like 8 or 9 guys and like really expensive bourbon and food, it's perfect. And I think they're glad to have us away from decent people.
Courtney's boss, Peter.
Peter's the general. Peter's general.
He was there during the entire event. Okay, he's very gracious.
He was a good guy.
The food was great. My daughter picked open bar of mimosas, so they have all these different types of mimosas. I really could have used a beer, but whatever. It's not my party. But it went really well.
You should have
Everyone was well behaved.
Of course, Courtney or Kristen, you should have said, "Hey, look, can I get a beer?"
Well, I could have gone inside of the bar. I'm sure somebody.
Oh yeah,
there
you could have
so
done
many
that,
servers. Somebody would have gotten me a beer, but I didn't want to. My wife, my daughter and her fiance chose the menu, so I don't want to be the only one like sporting a beer and ruining the vibe.
If you look at family pictures of me over the year, there are tons of pictures where I am the only guy with a beer bottle in my hand or a mug, and everybody else has got like champagne toast glasses.
I sure can, Robbie, if you want me to. So Becky, Robbie Roach is gifting his giveaway to you, just so you know.
That's really nice.
So I do want to shout out, thank you to John, because it went smoothly. a lot of drama the week before because my daughter was giving a lesson. I may have mentioned this last week. I may not have. No, I couldn't have because it happened Wednesday. She was giving a lesson to one of my players who hasn't hit a damn thing all season.
This is
And
awful.
on that Wednesday, she's hitting line drive after line drive and clips my daughter in the head or in the eye. So then came the obligatory panic about so Friday morning, I'm actually calling salons to see who can do the makeup and then having to cancel it at the end of the day. But it was fine. Showed up. There was no remnants. She was very happy. Fiance was happy. Everyone was happy. It was a great party. So thank you again, John, for your help there.
I'm glad I could do it. I wanted to make sure that, you got a lot going on. So if it was something I could recommend so you didn't have to go see 37 places.
It was so much easier. It was local. So
and that's a place that
Eddie is right. Eddie is right. We're 45 minutes in. I vow not to bring up pickled pig's feet or cheese for the next 45 minutes when we get back from break.
Yeah, I'm gonna get yelled at.
Tonight we're just randomly invoicing people for books. You'll have to sort that out yourself. There's not going to be any pitch. It's going to be, Eddie, here's your book today.
And if Nick comes in, just tell him everybody. Just tell everybody. Just tell him that we sold everything already. Like it's fine. It's fine.
All right. So here we go. We better sell some books tonight. All right, here we go. So as always, Dynamite 10-pack or reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, $40 retail, and we have it for $5. DF mystery box, 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guaranteed, and we've got it for $85. All right, here's the sketch cover. So I did something a little bit different tonight. So we got a bunch of medals, which I've discounted.
Yeah, Ryan, we're pretty good.
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
We're not too
bad. So we have a bunch of those. I think I brought 11. And then the back issues, I kind of did something interesting. I tried to theme it out a little bit. So the 2 themes that we're doing tonight is Scotty Young. So if you are a Scotty Young fan, this is going to be for you. Okay, because I don't know. I was going through the boxes and just there was a stack of Scotty Youngs. I'm like, why not? Let's stick it with that and see where it goes. And then I picked comics that were part of our era, since most of the viewers here are roughly in the same generation as me and John. So things like Indiana Jones, but you'll see. So I kind of themed it out a little bit. No new Dynamite books this week, we think. Okay, not entirely sure. So if it turns out that Amy and I are incorrect, we're going to find out and you'll see them on Wednesday. But I don't think we have any releases this week.
At this point, I'm just going to text Tom Stagowski to find out what's next in Herculoids. I don't have time to wait. I'm sorry.
All right. So sketch covers. First up, Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt #1 with the Vulture cell cover.
I love these.
Suggested $149.99. Steve, I did. Steve, I apologize. You keep picking stuff that is not in the New Jersey warehouse. So I got to go through operations for the inventory. Then we have to locate the inventory. So I don't have an answer for you yet, my friend. All right.
See, this is why I just take what's on people's desks. It makes everyone's life easier.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not on anyone's desk, so that's a problem. All right, so X-Men #1 with the Beast cover sketch by Carl C.K. Kent. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
When I saw the thumbnail of this, it took me back to that happy bouncing blue Beast era in comics. You know what I mean? They kind of done all kinds of crazy stuff with the Beast.
We're very far removed from that nowadays, aren't we, John?
Yeah, I was going to say now he took over the world. He's good. He's bad. There's 5 different versions of him running around. Back then, when it was like him and Wonder Man closing down bars,
right,
and George Perez drawing them wearing Hawaiian shirts like he owned, that was like peak Hank McCoy for me. When they started leaning into the mad scientist thing. Okay.
So, Jay, today's an exception. We're going to take the break at the 7 o'clock hour, all right? But I know we're supposed to do it 6:45, but at this point, let's get
care
through a
about
few
Jay.
books. I care about Jay a lot. And yes, I'm sorry. Today was kind of hectic. The Future is ... hardcover is still available, and we have it for $30.
It's a very cool cover.
I accidentally
It
deleted it off the list. I'm sorry about that, Jay.
It's cool.
That's all right. And I love you too, John. Thanks, man.
All right.
I like this cover because it doesn't look like a basic comic book cover, right?
No, it
I
doesn't.
mean, the layouts are the layouts because that's what the market is looking for. This, the creator decided, you know what? I'm just going to do what I'm going to do and hope it's, you know what I mean? Hope it's well received.
And we can finally reveal that the actual title is The Future is Pickled.
Nice. Oh, no.
All right.
We just lost 32 viewers. What's happening?
Mr. Towers, you got it, bud. Let's see.
And just to let everybody know real fast about these books, when you buy it from the show, all the money goes to the show you buy it from. So that $30 you just paid is going to go to Rex and them. Just like any of the other sell shows that sell that are still selling the book, they get all the money.
And
so just wanted to put that out.
And Rex is going to use that money to buy 3 pounds of John Cole hot dogs.
So.
Probably. All right. So thank you, Miss Towers. I got you down, bud. All right. Then the Treasury book of the night. So this is oversized, the old Treasury size. So you can see. All right. I like this one. It is Batman's Strangest Cases, Treasury edition with Joker cover sketch by Joe Delviato. Suggested retail of $149.99, and I'm doing this at $65.
Well, I love that because it's way bigger than a typical cover sketch, but it's still the same price. That's dope.
Steve Vendetta says, pickled is too many letters.
Pickled is too many.
The future is Robbie.
The future is brined.
The future is Robbie. You know what I really like, though? We had one of these before that you found for me from Detective Comics. Remember that? Where it was like oversized,
vaguely,
and it was the fact that the artist has more room to work on the cover.
Yeah, it's actually easier for the artist.
I'm thinking everything should be on Treasury Edition now, so maybe we'll send Robbie some Treasury Edition stuff, and that will motivate him to get those covers in.
I've already been working on one, man. So
see, he's working on one right here.
Did I not already show it? It hasn't.
Yeah, he flashed it earlier, right?
I'll find it.
I'll find it. I'll look for it on the break. I promise.
All right. Next up, we have Deceased, Dead Planet #1 with Catwoman cover sketch by Tony Scott and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
Here's the first one I'm working on right there.
Nice.
All right, and another 3 years, and we'll have it on the show.
Yeah, I gotta get some fresh Sharpies, man. Okay, so
now 3 years. Don't forget, there's got to be shading and tracing. Do you not know the comic book process at all?
Oh man! All right, so then the Jessica Court of Night, Savage Wolverine with Elektra cover sketch by Jessica Court.
Oh
yeah,
man,
this is.
Wow, this is the best I've ever seen from Court, and Court's done a lot of great stuff here. This is amazing.
She's man, I don't know if she's in the chat or she ever checks out the chat, but holy cow!
Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $60.
We got a whole bunch of stuff to say that would get us thrown off YouTube, so I'll just say awesome.
This is awesome, man! Holy cow!
Yeah, it is. All right, so next up, we got Amazing Spider-Man #1 with Spider-Man cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
You know what's super nice about this? Ken has done so much wild, crazy, over-the-top stuff, homages, all these cool things, color bleeds or whatever. And here we just get like a nice sort of, like late 90s, early 2000s version of Spider-Man. Right? I love that. The versatility there is crazy to me.
All right. Then last one, Despicable Deadpool number 287 with Lady Deadpool cover sketch by Ken Hazer. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. And I'll run the same deal. If you buy 2 or more sketch covers tonight, I will do them for $60 a piece. And that is a bargain.
Look at the hair. Lady Pool. Nice.
All right. So let's see. All right. Then we have, should we do a Rex Cap now? You know what? Let's do the Scotty Youngs.
Isn't that, by the way, just real quick, isn't it Kid Deadpool, not Lady Deadpool? Lady Deadpool's different. This is Kid Deadpool, right?
I don't know. Is it?
It looks like Lady Pool, but I might be
the
wrong.
new character, because Lady Pool's got the blonde ponytail.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
This is a newer character. I think it's Kid Deadpool, but I could be wrong on that. The name.
I think it is Kid Deadpool, not
character.
Kid Pool.
It's like his daughter or something like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't reading it.
Right.
All right, so
we're super close to about 400 issues in the next 10 years of across the Deadpool verse.
All right, so then these are all Scotty Young covers. So here we go. Rocket Raccoon and Groot number 5.
These are great.
I like them.
I'm surprised Marvel hasn't done like a collection of Scotty Young covers, especially for like younger readers.
Bro, they could fill up like 10 volumes of it right now, probably.
I mean, I was going to say this is, this and I need a slipcase version of Franklin Richards, Son of a Genius.
We have this for $5.
Oh, wow.
All right, so next up we have Little Marvel, A versus X number 3. It's a 9.0 to a 9.2.
The tree houses are great.
And we have this one for $5.
Some cheap prices for some Scotty Young books. I know a lot of people that collect Young.
If you're a Scotty Young fan, your time has come.
I think so. Yeah, Jay, I think so.
It looks like the A versus X thing.
It was missing off the pick list, so I had to go find it.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, that's all right. I just wanted to make sure it was the right one.
I make sure too. It looks right to me. Oops, sorry.
What, you just dipping out? We're done. Thanks, everybody.
I'm trying to see my folder. I'm pretty sure that's the one. So we should be good. We'll look at the break. All right, next up we got Cable number 1. It's 9.4. And we have this one for $10.
Look at the size of that shoulder pad. That's awesome.
It's 1994. I love that.
Then we have X-Men Blue number 1.
Oh, I love this. I
It's
think
9.0.
I might have this at home, actually. I just liked it because it was Iceman. I saw it at a show around Christmas time and probably paid way more than I should have for it. But it was one of those, I want it. It's great.
And we have this one for $10.
Well, I know I paid more than $10 for it. I'll tell you that right now.
All right. Then we have X-Men Red number 1. It's 9.4. And we have this one for $20.
You know what? Someone should buy them both and then do a deal if someone buys them both.
All right. So then we have X-Men Civil War 2, number 1. It's 9.2. And we have this one for $10.
Colossus is hysterical. Look at that, man. The face.
That Colossus is great, dude.
Isn't he? Look at that Colossus, man. He's almost like an armored Eeyore. It's amazing. The posture. It's that's great.
All right. And then I Hate Fairyland number 4. Wait. Yeah, there we go. It is, we have this for $5.
Yeah, if you are a Scotty Young fan, you're this is sort of like your moment, man. I mean, if I'm doing my math right, you can pick up a ton of very cool covers for like $40.
Pretty much. All right. So then House of X number 1. Look at that Magneto. It's 9.2, and we had this for $10. Those Scotty Young fans out there?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Usually Scotty Young is sort of a... The problem is they're all too busy Googling pickling recipes now.
All right, and then Deadpool's Secret Wars #1.
Deadpool on the roof. I love that.
It's 9.2. And we have this for $10.
Yeah, I love it when Scotty does these homages to famous covers,
Yep.
but then puts a little twist on it, like Deadpool stomping it down. It's hilarious.
All right, last one is Scotty Young's X-Men Wakanda Forever #1. It's 9.2 to a 9.4. And we have this one for $10. All right. Yeah, Lyle, I know things have been not easy in terms of that.
So you need to take
No
a road
problem,
trip
Becky.
and smuggle-
We're going to do the Rex Cap. We're going to take our second break right now. And then when we get back, we'll do the Rex Cap, all right? So hang out, and
We'll be back.
we'll be back.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below. What do you call the place on Spider-Man's wrists where the webs come out? His website. I hate myself for writing that joke, but you'd make me feel so much better if you just visited our website. We have links to our merch, new release lists, all the show info, and so much more. TheEXPLive.com. In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great. Thanks.
All right, we're back. All right, so let's do a Rex Cap. And all right, starting from the top, Jay, we have the giveaway tonight is Storm #1 with the Wolverine cover sketch by Christine Danica. Hashtag is, as always, EXP Monday, all lowercase. Then we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher. And as always, we got it for $5. Then we have the DF Mystery Box, 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 version, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guaranteed, and we have it for $85. So the sketch covers, if you buy 2 or more, I'll do them for $60 a piece. So Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt #1 with Vulture Carousel. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have for $65. Yeah, night, Corey. Have fun, man. Then we have X-Men #1 with Beats cover sketch by Carl C.K. Kent. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. Then we have Batman Strangest Cases Treasury Edition with Joker cover sketch by Joe Del Beato. So this is the big oversized one, and I'm pricing it the same, $149.99, and we have for $65.
It's a great deal, and it's a great cover too. Such a cool, gnarly look at Joker.
All right, then we have Deceased Dead Planet #1 with Catwoman cover sketch by Tony Scott and Mariano Caesar. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. Then we have Savage Wolverine with Elektra cover sketch by Jessica Court. Just a retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
I'm surprised this one's still here, man. This one is so good. It's probably one of the best sketch covers I've seen on this show in a while, and we got some good ones.
Yeah, we'll probably send an image to our buddy Ron Shepard, who is being healthy and working out tonight. So he hasn't been with us on the show.
He's being healthy and not working, not watching this show about pickled sausages and cheese. And
hot dogs.
Do I have to sell another hot comic book via text? I've done it twice now.
Maybe. No, I'll email him in the morning.
Nick laughed. I told Nick, I said, remember when I sold a comic by a text? I said, I think I did it again.
So,
all right. It's just Ron is busy. And when I see something pop up, I'm like, like I know Ron, not to be presumptuous, but we know what Ron likes, right? So when I see something, I'm like, hey, dude, I know you're busy on a Monday night.
He's a big Hazer fan. He's a big Court fan. So
this is gorgeous too. Elektra's one of my favorite characters at Marvel, and this is just such a gorgeous cover.
Does someone bought this yet?
Not yet. So we can always text Ron, or I'll email him in the morning.
Or one of you beautiful people can snatch it up before that happens.
That's right. After the show's over.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to, what time is it now? It's like 5 after 7. At 7:30, I'm going to, if nobody's bought this, I'm going to take a picture of it and text Ron.
Fair enough.
So, a little bit of a soft clock for like the next 24 minutes. If somebody wants it, actually buy it because,
And the interesting thing is this is Elektra from an alternate universe because if you notice, she's got synergy. She's got the earring. She hits that button. She turns into Jim in the holograms. Come on, y'all.
Nice.
All right. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man #1 with Spider-Man cover sketch by Ken Hazer.
I want to see this version of Elektra with like a yellow power ring.
Alberto, let's see. What are you looking for,
on these
buddy?
What?
I'll make a deal with you.
Well, on the sketch covers, you said one. Like you said, you would do two for 120, right?
2 or more for 120, or for 60 a piece. But Alberto, if there's something you're interested in and you get 3 or more, I'll work out a price with you, bud. Do you want Jessica Court? Is that what you're talking about?
Truly outrageous.
So you tell me, Alberto, what do you want? The 2 Ken Hazers. All right. So you want the 2 Ken Hazers. All right.
What was the other one? Spider-Man
and Deadpool.
Deadpool.
It was Kid Deadpool or not Lady Pool and
Kid Little Girl Deadpool.
What?
Robbie's right. That's not the Lady Pool that we've kind of sort of seen in the movie and previous.
Alberto, I can do them for $55 each. What do you think? You tell me. You let me know, buddy. I'm going to pencil you in. Pocket pool.
Is that what that is? Pocket?
You know, Rex, there's sometimes, man, I want to tell you, don't read the comments.
Why?
I'll explain that one to you some other time, my sweet summer child.
Well, all right. Fair enough. All right.
Pocket
so you want all 3
name.
for $150. You know what, Alberto? you have been such a great supporter, as CJ said, and I know you do original art as well. All right, I'll do it for you. 150 for all three. How about that? And
so I'm looking up the wiki, and this is like Deadpool's daughtery. Like, it's basically his daughter, but she goes by Deadpool.
Bradpool?
She goes by Deadpool, which is a typical Marvel thing to do, right? Yeah. But it's not Kidpool, because Kidpool is the little kid version. Huh. Anyway.
Okay. Well, honestly, I mean, they're very much...
It's Deadpool's daughter. I think we can just say Deadpool's daughter, and I think we get it done. So anyway, it already sold, right? So there you go.
Well, I mean, they call it X-23 Wolverine in certain stories or whatever.
Miles is Spider-Man. That's the thing. That's not confusing at all, is it? But how many Flashes and Green Lanterns do we have? So we can't really talk too much, right?
It's truly a multiverse of madness, not just Doctor Strange.
All right. So here's a Rex cap on the Scotty Youngs. First up, we got Rocket Raccoon, number 5. And we have that for $5. And then Little Marvel A vs. X, number 3.
This one is great.
9.0 to 9.2. And we have this one for $5. Then we have Cable number 1. It's 9.4. And we have this for $10. Then X-Men Blue number 1. It's 9.0, and we have that for $10. Then we have X-Men Red number 1. It's 9.4, and we have that for $20. Then X-Men Civil War 2 number 1. It's 9.2, and we have that for $10. Becky, if I'm going too fast, let me know. All right. Then I Hate Fairyland, number 4. And we have that for $5. Then House of X, number 1. It's 9.2, and we have that for $10. Then Deadpool's Secret Wars number 1. It's 9.2, and we had that for $10. Okay, so you want X-Men Blue, Becky. Okay, and what was the other one? Cable number 1. Gotcha, Becky. I got you down. You're good.
Oh, the Deadpool jumping up and down on the Hulk holding up 20 gazillion tons is like the best.
Just sent the word out to some of my Scotty Young fans, so y'all better hold on, man, because maybe somebody's coming in to buy some stuff. We'll see what happens. I hope so.
Cool.
Well, I'm just saying that, I mean, you're sort of, I've seen Scotty Young fans before pay crazy prices for stuff because they just wanted them.
They do, and these are some older ones, right? Like, and I know people that get every Scotty Young cover, and at this point, I look at them and go, do you regret this decision? Because there's only like 8 billion of them, you know what I'm saying? But he's done some great work, man, and he's a cool guy. I've met him before, so.
TJ, I don't know. Actually, you can send me an email, or you can fill out the submission form.
All right, Space Coast Annual number 1.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it just be on your desk?
It's not out yet. Right?
I don't think
it's not out yet. No, it's not out.
Yeah, I don't think so. But again, I can find out from the people in the know. All right, 9 panel. What's up, bud? All right.
What's up, E?
So last one of the Scotty Youngs is X-Men Wakanda Forever number 1. It's 9.2 to 9.4, and I have that for 10. All right, so. On to the back issues, try to theme it out a little bit of my generation, TV, movies, that kind of thing. All right, so here we go. So first up, we have Clerks, the comic book. It's a 9.4, and we have that for 10.
Yo, this is one of my favorite comic books ever. Jim Mahfood on the artwork. This is slam bang fantastic. This is the Robbie pick of the night. I don't know what's coming up because they don't send me the list anymore, but
I don't think we ever did we?
Yes, you did, and then you stopped, and I don't know. I thought I got fired for a second, but anyway, Clerks the comic book is amazing. The only thing better than that is Clerks the Holiday Special comic book. Jim Mahfood artwork, Kevin Smith on the script. If you like Clerks, you need to check this out. I'm serious. I'll be very disappointed if nobody picks this up tonight.
This reminds me of Clerks the animated series.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think Clerks the animated series has a lot to owe to Jim Mahfood.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. Then we have Independence Day number 0. It is a 5.0, and we have this for 5.
So is this themed 90s movies, man? I love it.
I almost forgot this existed.
Kind of.
And yeah, Marcus, you're right. That's a Gilbert Hernandez cover on the Clerks, but Jim Mahfood on the interior. So great. So wrong, too. There's so many visual gags in that Clerks comics, too. Y'all will love it. If you've never read it, you owe it to yourself.
All right, so then we have Indiana Jones number 1. It is a newsstand. It is 9.0, and we got this for $5.
That's cool. The further adventures of Indiana Jones means Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So that's close to 90s.
Kind of, Marcus. I didn't have enough to fill it out as just movie themes.
Leonardo, yes. Oh, man.
Alec Baldwin played that character. He was great in that series, man.
Now I think I have this on DVD or something.
It's the only way available, man. But yeah, dude, it's so good.
Is it not available digitally? Because I get lazy. Instead of looking through boxes, I'll just go to Apple.
I don't think it is. And the DVD set's amazing because Kevin Smith and them do all the commentaries. And there's a bit where Kevin Smith goes, "Did ABC even know what they bought when they purchased a Clerks animated series? Because they kept giving us all these notes. Like they didn't know what Clerks was, you know? Like you guys can't make this joke."
Are you claiming Indiana Jones? I'm assuming that's a typo because I can't discount these. These are consignment books. And the guy who's the consignment, I can't get in touch with tonight. So, but I assume you are claiming it. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Steve, that's a great reference right there. He says, "I'm pushing the Clerks book harder than the Chulies salesman." Try some Chulies gum, y'all.
I'll tell you right now, it makes me miss right before social media when people would hang out like half the day at viewaskew.com.
Okay, no problem, Becky. I thought it was a typo.
I miss that, man. I remember, because I always had weird time off because I'd work at night or whatever, and I would be checking out View Askew at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and people were just...
And I will say that it's no big deal, Becky, because Becky faithfully fills out the submission form every show where she has a claim. Just saying. Anyway.
Jay is so into the Clerks animated series lore, he's referencing DVD intros by Jay and Silent Bob right now, man. So that's pretty awesome, Jay. I just want you to know that I see you.
Yeah, Jay.
You can't see me, but I can see you.
Send Jay something nice and expensive because that's some quality. Those are some quality.
Send him some hot dogs, John. I bet he would like them.
All jokes aside, I really have to see where they're going to be at with shipping these things. Yeah. I think they're honestly, and I'm not taking credit for, all of it anyway, but I think they were so shocked that these things were smoked Friday night in the cases Saturday morning. And by like 6:30, they were gone at 2 stores. They were just not prepared for that.
Well, I won't have that problem. You'll bring one to me.
It was, South Jersey food scene is 204,000 people.
Yeah.
So when we just posted in the group, like, hey, if you want to try South Jersey food scene, John Cole hot dogs, go ahead and try them. People would drive 30 to 40 minutes.
There are a lot of people on this.
That site's a little bit.
It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
You can make or break a restaurant in the area.
I should certainly try not to do that, but yeah, a little bit. It can be.
All right. So then we have Pink Panther number 1.
And Robbie, you are absolutely right. Clerks the animated series is not available for digital sale. So I'm actually now, thanks to Jay and his quality drop-ins and yourself, I'm actually going to have to go and find through 14,000 different DVD box set collections, whatever. And,
my favorite bit is Judge Reinhold playing himself as the honorable judge, Judge Reinhold.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. We're all out of bananas.
I got to see that. What you can kind of tell by the roles they take who celebrities are off camera. And when Judge Reinhold agreed to do that, that guy's all right, man.
Bro, they got Charles Barkley all up in there too. Like, it's so hilarious, man. We do the science says bits, man.
At Kevin Smith's 37th birthday concert in Red Bank, New Jersey, he talked about this.
Look at Jay showing off. Look at
that. Yeah, nice. And he actually referenced exactly what Robbie was talking about. He was like, because somebody threw up something about the animated series. They did like a reference or whatever. And Kevin said, oh, we're going to talk about this. And he immediately stopped what he was talking about and went into this. And he talked about there was someone who would leave notes from the studio from ABC. And I'm just going to call him Phil because I don't really want to roast anybody here. But apparently Phil had no idea what Clerks was. He had no idea who Kevin Smith was. And he had no idea what the View Askew universe was.
Right.
It was literally just another thing on his list to do. And he would send them these notes. And their constant response was, you have no idea who we are, do you?
Bro, so like one of the notes that they would get, like they got like the note that's like Jay and Silent Bob can't sell drugs. And he was like, what are you talking about? That's who they are. They're drug dealers, man. They hang out in front of the convenience store and sell drugs. So that's why they have them selling fireworks and stuff in the show. You guys want some fireworks? It'll blow your arm clean off.
If you're from that part of Jersey, Red Bank, Atlantic Highlands area, all the way down the shore, you always knew someone like Jay and Silent Bob. Every convenience store had guys selling either in front of the store, the side of the store, in the parking lot, and they were always a couple characters. It didn't matter if it was white neighborhood, black neighborhood, Latino neighborhood, Asian neighborhood. You essentially had the same people. And it was always the same thing. They were baked constantly from morning to night. And I wonder now if these people are like, in universities and stuff like that teaching. But these were people that were baked constantly and selling constantly. And Kevin Smith talks about that. Those guys are sort of where he got a little bit of the the Jay and Silent Bob inspiration from.
All right. So this one is for John, Robbie, and most of you guys in the group. And if this does not sell tonight, I will be shocked. WWE Superstar number 1:10 ratio by Mirren Kim is a 9.2, and we have this for 25.
Nice,
man! Wow.
Somebody better buy this.
All right.
Money in the Bank, by the way, was awesome. Best PLE of the year so far.
Yes, I was just going to say that this is the best this was the best thing we got this year so far. I mean, it's only, we got some ways to go yet, but.
We want truth. And we want to know the truth about that Blondie comic. What happened with that?
That, I know, right? Where'd the Blondie comic go?
Yeah, where is it?
Talk about sandwiches.
There it is.
Yeah, it was right before the Undertaker one.
Charles,
did I not put it on the list, Jay?
Don't bother. I'll probably just take this with.
Yeah.
No, I had it.
Huh?
I had it. I just had it before the Undertaker one.
On the list?
Yeah.
Why do I have Pink Panther on the list?
Really? There was a Pink Panther comic right there.
Right, and then it's missing on my list.
Is this somehow a reference to the salad toss thing like everybody's been talking about in the chat?
Oh, no.
All right, so we do have that comic. My God, what happened?
You want to take the scroll off of that chat in the right-hand corner, man.
207, and we have this for 10. Probably also have a grade on it, but I don't know where it is. All right, so if Becky Bate, you got it.
Now I understand all the salad references tonight. That's cracking me up. Yes, we have the tossed salad variant and the pocket pull variant tonight. So,
oh my god, I probably like if I was watching on my phone.
Kevin Smith would be proud of us right now.
Oh yeah.
You know, Robbie, I can't tell Rex not to read the comments, and then you're gonna pull that, man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm honest. I'm heel, man, but I'm honest. You know.
All right. So
I've been
next
trying
up,
to keep my cool all night. I just straight up wanted to be like, "What's all this?"
a
tossed salad
condition of
stuff?
WWE is a 9.2, Robert.
That is sweet.
So let me know if you want it. It's yours.
The greatest streak in sports history outside of Joe DiMaggio and Cal Ripken Jr.
18-0. I love that when it was 18-0, man.
All right. So let me know, Robert.
He got up to what, 20? Was it 20 he got up to before Brock ended the streak? Does anybody know? I
think it was either 18 and 19. And then they decided to put Brock over pointlessly. And then I think he wound up winning maybe a couple more.
Yeah. So Robert, the guy who can sign the books is not here like last time. So I can't just walk out and ask him. So I really don't have a lot of room to discount these.
But if you buy something that's not part of the consignment thing, maybe Rex can work something out, right?
Yeah, so I do have some ratios coming up, so I do have room.
Jay says he went 21 before he lost, and so he lost to Brock, and then he lost to Roman, right? And then he won again, and then he was pretty much
I forget how that was.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Tracy. Maybe we should have you do that. Got to find the right blanks for it, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, so Robert, so I can't really move on this one.
Y'all should comment what wrestlers you would like to see sketches of, just in case we can
Macho Man. I don't even need to think about that.
I go Ultimate Warrior or The Rock, or how about I could do you a John Cena? There'd be nothing there.
Nothing there because you can't see him.
Yeah, I'll if you have any ratios. And if you don't see anything tonight, the next batch, I'll hook you up. Don't you worry, Robert.
I would love to see Tracy do the Macho Man. Come to the ring, the full cape, the whole bit.
Some Slim Jims, some Steakums in the other hand.
No, that's if it's a Rex commission.
All right. So the next book is Bullwinkle and Rocky #1. And we have this for $5.
Well, this was Star Comics.
Yeah, Star Comics.
Star Comics, I'm reminded it existed. Dudley Do-Right. Peabody.
Yeah, speaking of wrestlers, there's the Mountie right there, man.
Mountie.
All right. Then we have
Boris and Natasha. Is Underdog in there? I can't see. Oh, is Underdog holding it up? Or is it Bull? No, Rocky and Bullwinkle is holding it up.
Bullwinkle is, yeah. All right. So then we have Simpsons Comics, number 244. It is a 9.0 to a 9.2, and we have this for 10. Then we have Futurama Comics number 5. It's a newsstand. It's 9.0. And we have this one for 20.
Rex, you've really done a great job of putting together this list of licensed comics, basically, in a way, right?
Yeah, this is really cool.
This is nostalgia. I wanted to do movies or TV shows, but I didn't have enough each. So I figured, what the heck? We'll combine them tonight.
Man, there were a couple Comic-Cons, and maybe some of the people who've been retailers on the channel remember this. There were a couple cons, particularly in San Diego, where like Oingo Boingo Comics, like anything with it on it would just disappear immediately. Shirts, books, pins. It didn't matter. It was like a 2-ish year stretch. Didn't matter if it was San Diego, Chicago, New York, Wizard World in Philadelphia. It went through about like a 24, 28 month period where they could do no wrong. Everybody wanted all the stuff.
You know, 3 things about this cover in particular make it worth getting if you're a fan of like Futurama and The Simpsons. First of all, Milhouse is on this cover. Number 2, it's an homage to The Simpsons ending at the end of the beginning credits. And thirdly, My favorite thing is it says presented in 2D, no glasses needed, unless you need glasses.
All right, last one. Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror, number 8.
That's a great cover, man.
It is a 5.5, and I have this one for 10.
Perfect. This is, dude, those Bongo Simpson books were so consistently awesome, and it really sucked when they kind of went away, because I would say that the comics maintained quality longer than even the show did.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's far off. I mean, although I'm surprised Ed Weird isn't here. He's a horror guy, man. Why is he not?
Is he still in the room?
I don't know if he's still in the room, but that dude loves horror.
All right, so I will do a Rex cap on the back issues, the themed ones, and then we have Metal Comics that I discounted at normal retails 100, and I got them tonight for 50.
Ask one more time about, did that Jessica Cord?
What?
Did that Jessica Cord
yeah,
Electrocyte?
Alberto went.
Oh, he took it?
Yeah,
okay.
he took it. Let's see. Silver Age, Delk, TV Comics with a photo cover.
Triple B, I feel like we need like a witch board to summon Ed Weird, right?
A Ouija board?
I always feel like, especially like when Triple B opens his unboxing show, I always feel like I've downloaded an episode of like Night Gallery. Somebody should come out and be like, here we are at Press Night Gallery.
All right, so we're going to take our last and final break. When we get back, I'll do a Rex cap, and then we'll get to the metal books. All right, so hang out. We're not quite done
Andy,
yet.
it might work.
Take us a break, Jay, if you would.
The limit is the sky with no glass ceiling. But if the shoe fits, feel free to walk up in it. You can catch me in the sky with no flight attendants, or either in the coupe, but the roof is not attended. I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back. I just go forward, I just go forward, I just go forward, I just go forward. I don't hear that, I don't hear that, I don't hear that, I don't hear that. I just ignore it, I just ignore it, I just ignore it, I just ignore it. Rap hitting, I button up Benjamin. I'm not like them, my cloth was cut different. For those that are listening, please know that I never backpedal, nah, never that. I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back. I just go forward, I just go forward, I just go forward, I just go forward. I don't hear that, I don't hear that, I don't hear that, I don't hear that. I just ignore it, I just ignore it, I just ignore it, I just ignore it. I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it. Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
All right, we're back. Hold on. Let me see. Where are these 2 pages stuck? All right, here we go. All right, so quick Rex cap and on the themed back issues. So we had Clerks, the comic book. It's 9.4. And we have for 10 Robbie's pick of the night.
I'm still very disappointed nobody's picked this up yet. If you've never read this, I promise you, I guarantee you'll love it.
All right, and then Independence Day number 0. It's a 5.0. We have that for 5. Then we have Pink Panther number 1. And we have that for 5. Then we have Bullwinkle and Rocky number 1. And we have that for 5. And then we have Simpsons Comics number 244. It's a 9.0 to a 9.2. We have that for 10.
I had to go grab mine to show mine off like Jay.
There you go. All right. Then Futurama Comics number 5, newsstand edition. It's 9.0. We have that for 20. Then finally, Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror number 8. It's a 5.5, and we have that for 10. All right. No worries, Jay. All right. So then the metal books. First up, we got Barbarella number 1, premium metal cover by Joseph Michael Linsner. It's just a retail of 100, and we have this one for 50.
Gorgeous.
Then we have Red Sonja Halloween one-shot, premium metal cover. It's just a retail of 100, and we have this one for 50.
This is right up Eddie's alley. Halloween, guys, only so many days away. How many days, Eddie? We're getting close.
All right. So then we have Red Sonja Hell Sonja number 1. Metal cover. It's just a retail of 100, and we have this one for 50.
They, by the way, look a lot better than they do in these pictures. It's hard to get these metal covers scanned.
Well, I can't scan them. I have to take a pic with my phone and then crop them. There's no other way to do it.
Gotcha.
That I know of anyway. Then we have Red Sonja. Oh, that's the Halloween one shot. Let me see. Red Sitha premium metal cover by Mirka Andolfo.
Halloween's in 144 days. Oh, there's Eddie. 143 days, 4 hours, 23 minutes.
There we go.
22.
It's just a retail of 100, and we have this one for 50. Preston is claiming Red Sitha. You got it, Preston. All right. Then we have Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids number 1. Metal cover by Joe Simcoe.
Very cool.
Suggested retail of 100, and we have it for 50.
John is busy right now. I believe he's pitching to the publisher Red Sonja Red Hots coming soon. So.
Yep, Marcus and Metals. Then we have Lady Hell number 1, premium metal cover by Lucio Perillo. MSRP of 100, and we have this one for 50.
50% off of these metals, which are already rare. And if you need to, you can defend yourself if someone invades your home.
That's true. Yeah, me too, Preston.
I'm surprised nobody's picked up that Clerks book yet. Y'all are letting me down. Don't let Rock and Robbie down. It's the year of the heel.
All right. Then we have John Carter Mars, number 1 metal cover by Joseph Michael Linsner. It's just a retail of 100, and we have this one for 50.
These just might be the best collars I've seen.
Oh man, excuse me. Then we have Jennifer Blood, #1, metal cover by Lucio Perillo. Suggests a retail of 100, and we have this for 50.
Yeah, it is a great one, Triple B. Why don't you pick it up? It's really good stuff.
Oh man. All right, then we have Hell Sonia, #1, premium metal cover by Lucio Perillo. MSRP of 100, and we have this one 50.
These are gorgeous covers, man.
They are nice,
and in metal, super sharp. You can like when we were all kids and we pick up some Ninja Stars. Maybe it's different for those of you that didn't grow up in the 80s. But in the 80s, when you were a kid, you would get some Ninja Stars. You'd be throwing them in your wall all day long. You could do that with these comics if you wanted
to. That's a great selling point. I think the next batch of metal covers should be Ninja Star shaped.
That'd be cool. Yeah, get Mariano on there, man. He'll have some scissors.
I was going to say, if you have a metal press, you can make these at home if you have one in your basement.
So next in the news is going to be Dynamite being sued for that.
Yeah, right.
I would not recommend that anybody throw these covers at anybody.
Here's where PCP is the grand jury.
By the way, I don't work for Dynamite. I'm freelance, so I can say what I want, I guess.
I think the story of my life.
Y'all are safe. Not so much me, but I'll just be like, Judge, it's the year of the heel. And they'll be like, all right, we're throwing the case out.
All right.
All right, next up, we got Elvira in the Horrorland #1, premium metal cover by Dave Acosta. Suggested retail of 100, and we have it MSRP of 100, and we have it for 50.
Did you know that Elvira is about to meet in the pages of Dynamite Comics Harley Quinn? It's going to be Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. And did you know that I just had them on my show on Friday? You should definitely check it out. It was a great conversation.
All right, so then we have Evil Ernie #1, metal cover by Brett Booth. MSRP of 100, and we have it for 50.
I like Marcus's question. John, do you got a tomato with you? Can we see how quickly we can cut a tomato with these covers? Look, we can cut the cement block, and it still slices a tomato.
Are these like Ginsu level? Let me take a look at this.
Be careful, you've been warned. They're sharp though. So when I slide them in and out of the bag, they catch the sides if you'll slide them in evenly.
Yeah.
And then they get stuck, and you have to pull it back out, push it back down. Hey, Kevin.
You know what? I would give like a ripe plum tomato a shot with one of these covers. I would totally do that.
You know, when you maybe you should take one home and show us and do like a little short video for the EXP of cutting a tomato with a Dynamite metal cover. That'd be great, actually.
And there's Nick wondering, what is he doing with my book that's $100 MSRP or whatever? Don't do that.
Still cheaper than a Ginsu knife. So
then we have Vampirella, Dark Reflections, #1 by Jenny Frison.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be available.
MSRP of 100, and we have that one for 50.
That's the one John has picked out to cut tomatoes with.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. All right, so last books of the night, and then we'll do a Rex cap, are the ratios. So here you go, Robert. Now let me know if there's anything that you want. All right, so we have Giant Size X-Men #1, 125 ratio by Lucas Warnick. Is a 9.4, and we have this one for 10.
Triple B, send Rex an email to hold on to that book, because I'm telling you, you absolutely want this book, even if you can't get it right now. I've seen a bunch of your show. This is absolutely a book that you want.
All right, then we have Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong #1, 125 ratio by Kevin McGuire. It's 9.6, and we have this one for 20.
This is the Justice League doing business, putting over like a giant iguana.
This is like that meme where it's like, at this moment, Clark Kent realized he had messed up.
Yeah, I know what I mean. I just
One Collection. What's going on, buddy? All right. Then we have Ghost Rider versus Galactus, #1, 125 ratio by Declan Shalvey.
nice.
It's a 9.0, and we have this one for 10.
That's pretty dope. That's a dope cover. Declan Shalvey, writer of Thundercats from Dynamite Comics.
So then we have Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, #1, 125 ratio by David Marquez. It is a 9.4, and we have this one for 10.
This is another one of those books that I was like, did I over-order this? And then I went in this morning and counted books on the wall. And I was like, no, I did not. We are, in fact, gone. They're gone.
That is super nice there, Preston. Let me write that down.
Hey, Preston. That's awesome.
Very nice.
So where's the vampire? There we go.
I am really. I want to see who they were going to cast as the live action Miles Morales. I mean, I can't imagine.
I think the kid from Stranger Things would be great, dude.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name. The guy that plays Lucas, I think, is the character's name.
I know who you mean. I can't think of the actor's name, but yeah, that'll work.
All right, then
of course, by the time they make a Miles movie, that dude's going to be like 30 years old, so probably not. So
he'll have to be grown up Miles Morales.
Caleb,
the person who's going to be cast as Miles Morales is like 8 right now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see these 30-year-olds graduate high school finally.
All right, then we have Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, #1, 125 ratio by Sharf. It's 9.4, and I wrote sorry there, Jay. I wrote it wrong. 9.4 to a 9.6, and we have this one for 10.
Those of you following like the Ultimate Universe, the wheels have come off of that book in like the best possible way. If you're an Ultimates fan from 20 years ago, I don't even know if you'd recognize what the Ultimates are now.
I just looked it up. Kyle MacLachlan's only 23. Marvel, you still got time.
You still got time.
I say Sony, you still got time.
Right? And again, I mean that in the best possible way. They decided, well, this is what we're going to do with the Ultimates. And initially, I was not sold. But you know what I mean? I would tell anyone if they're not sold, just read the book. Just read the book and you'll come around. Because in my kind of comic circle on the internet, I didn't know anyone who was as big an Ultimates fan as I was. And I think the idea is great. And to be honest, yes, the ultimate supervillain would be Reed Richards.
All right. So then we have...
You know what I mean? He just would be.
All right. So now we have Imperial #1, 125 ratio by Alessandro Cappuccio. It's 9.4 to 9.6. And we have this for 10.
Imperial was my pick of the week. Really loved it. Good old school, fun, cosmic Marvel stuff with some big changes.
All right.
I feel like there's sort of all this stuff is kind of like throwing that shout out to the world of Jim Starlin. You know what I mean? Like reading this stuff, they're all like,
and if Hickman wants to do Jim Starlin, I think that's pretty much a winner, right there.
Oh yeah, no, I a lot of times I say stuff like that, especially in my comics chat, and people think, no, I mean that in the best possible way, man. If he decides that's who he wants to channel, homage, whatever, yeah, that book could be $9 and I'd buy it. I don't,
CJ, right. I love and appreciate you so much because you have not disappointed me by buying the Clerks book, and you impressed me by making it a giveaway. That's
nice. Awesome. Preston wants Imperial.
Someone's about to win some glory in their life, and they don't even realize it yet.
Right?
So, Preston,
by the way, John, since you just showed up, there it is right there.
Nice.
All right. So, Preston, I
also got this next to me, so I'll show that off too. It's the novelization of the Spawn movie, y'all. Think about that. I can't wait to
read it. Last book of the night. Marvel Knights, The World to Come, #1, 125 ratio by Simone DeMeo. It's 9.4 to a 9.6, and we have that for 15.
This is a gorgeous cover. It might be one of Simone's best works. I think it's his best work. I honestly do. It's so good. This would be if this was a print on canvas, people would eat it up. Like if it was on Mondo or something.
I'd
We'll
love
eat
this
it up.
t-shirt, like a wraparound shirt.
All right, let's do a quick Rex cap on the metals and then the ratios, and then that's it. All right, so starting from Barbarella, #1, premium metal cover by Joseph Michael Linzer. MSRP of 100, and we have 50. Red Sonja Halloween one-shot metal. MSRP of 100, and we have 50. Red Sonja Hell Sonja #1 metal cover by Lucho Perillo, and we have that for 50.
I really want to see more of this. And yes, I've already discussed it with the publisher.
Yeah, because
really
he's
like
talking to
see
one
more of
person
it.
when he's talking to me. Then Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids #1 by Joe Simcoe metal.
There you go. I was going to say that one.
All right.
Did
Then
I just had that.
Lady Hell #1
This thing
metal
very
cover
cool.
by Lucho Perillo, MSRP of 100, and we've got it for 50.
Oh, I actually got that one too.
Then John Carter and Mars #1 premium metal cover by Joseph Michael Linzer, MSRP 100, and we have that for 50.
Now that the Clerks have sold, this is my pick of the night. This is a beautiful cover.
All right.
What does that
I
mean?
was
Robert
also-
winning Knights. What does Knights mean?
The Marvel Knights.
Oh, the
I think.
Marble Knights.
Marble
Yeah,
Knights.
okay.
Hold on. Okay, so
I'll tell
Robert.
you, I would love to see a John Carter animated series.
Ooh,
All right,
that would
so
be good.
Robert, I promised to give you a deal. So we had a price at 15. I will give it to you for 10
Alberto.
because I couldn't move it all. I have no idea, Alberto.
Well, they're shipped.
That's
They're
what my
shipped from the
picture.
U.S. of A. So I think you'll be fine.
So, all right. So, why did that comment disappear
Which one?
from Robert? Jay, you there?
It's on the screen.
Yeah,
It's still there? Okay.
I
Sorry.
just popped it back up. I thought you'd already seen it.
Yeah, I did, but it's just I felt like it popped away from the string. Whatever. My computer's been acting funny all day. All right, so yeah, Robert, I got you for 10 on that. All right. So where did I leave off? All right, Lady Hell #1 metal cover by Lucho Perillo, MSRP of 100, and we have that for 50. Then John Carter Mars, I think I went through this. #1 metal cover by Linzer, and we have that for 50. Then Jennifer Blood #1 metal cover by Lucho Perillo, and we have that for 50. Hell Sonja #1 metal cover by Lucho Perillo, and we have that for 50. Then we have Elvira in Horrorland #1 metal cover by Dave Acosta, and we have that for 50. Then Eva Ernie #1 metal cover by Brett Booth, and we have that for 50. Then Giant Size X-Men #1 125 ratio by Warnick, and we have that for 10. Then Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong #1 125 ratio by Kevin McGuire, and it's 9.6, and we have that for 20. Then we have Ghost Rider versus Galactus #1 125 ratio by Declan Shalvey, and we have that for 10. Then Ultimate Spider-Man #1 Incursion #1 125 ratio by David Marquez, and we have that for 10. Then Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #1 125 ratio by Sharf, and we have that for 10. And that is it. So let's do the giveaway. So we have two now. The first one is store #1 with the Wolverine cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim. And then Clerks, the comic, generous giveaway by our buddy CJ. All right, go ahead and spin that wheel, buddy. Space Case, congrats, bud.
Congratulations. What a great book. Man.
All right.
All right, now who's the real winner? Who gets the Clerks book, right? Come on.
All right, here we go. And the winner to that is...
Oh, I should have entered this in case I won. I could have given it to Robbie. So
hey, Robbie Roach. Cool.
Awesome.
I already have it anyway, John. Signed by Jim Monfood. So
nice.
All right. So that's it. Cool. All right. So, Robbie, the movie tonight is...
The movie tonight is Fable. Fable is in the chat. It's Crew's choice. It was Fable's pick. It's Conan the Barbarian, y'all. That's right. The 1982 Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. And we've got a special guest joining us tonight. I don't want to ruin who the special guest is because I want everybody to be surprised, but they may be the star of Terminator. I said maybe, just so you know.
You have Arnold Schwarzenegger on your show?
Did I say that? I did not say
maybe.
That. I did not. I said maybe.
He really is turning heel.
No, we got Conan the Barbarian coming up at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and our special guest will be Jim Zub, the writer of Conan the Barbarian. So very, very excited. If anybody knows Conan, it's Jim Zub. So very, very excited.
To call a 900 number and Mean Gene would tell me who Robbie had on tonight.
Arnold said he would do it, but then he had some last minute schedule changes. So
right.
So Jay, what do we got coming on the XP night?
So I didn't see anything for a second shift lunch. I don't know if that's happening. So just in case it's not, make sure you watch Robbie's show. Come back to the experience at 11 Eastern, 10 Central for Best Coast Comics, where they are going to be talking about what's the ideal comic grading company.
The correct answer there is Yo Mama.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, I hope they have tons of success with that show, but ouch.
All right, so be sure to watch Robbie. It is Conan the Barbarian tonight, which I was surfing.
It's a movie without a mime.
Yes, it is. I may join. I was actually going to watch it like this weekend. I was at home, whatever, and saw it on, I forget where I saw it, but I was thinking about clicking on it and watching the movie. So here's an interesting problem. So anyone who has Roku, so I looked it up, but I have to do it. But it's like a cheat code on the remote. Push up 3 times, down 3 times. So when I try to load up Amazon Prime, it tells me there's not enough memory. So I looked it up, and apparently this is a problem where you have to clear the cache. And the only way to do that is you have to do that cheat code. Like you gotta push up 3 times, push left 3 times, push this, push that. I just, I get home.
And then all of a sudden, you got unlimited lives in Contra.
Right?
That's true. That's true.
It reminds me back in the day, I think it was Virtua Fighter 2. Like if you held the A button down for a really long time, life started coming back. So in the middle of a fight, everybody would back off and just hold down the button and wait. And suddenly combat took an hour because nobody ever actually got killed.
See you, TJ. Tracy, thanks for showing up.
Hope to see you there, Tracy.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Well, Robbie's show's always a good time. Nice to have John back.
Unless it's about mimes, right, Rex?
Yeah, pretty much. In French. No, I don't think so. It's nice to have John back. Thank you, Robbie, as always. Thank you, Jay.
Get ready for Robbie's special, like a big special, something like Shudder versus Screambox.
Right.
Go.
Shudder wins. Show's over. Shudder wins.
Shudder wins. I love Screambox, but it's, I'm literally paying for Screambox because I want them to succeed. It's like a couple of bucks a month, and it's bless their heart.
All right, so I will be back Wednesday, and of course Nick has his original art show on Friday at 7. Other than that, as always, great time, everyone. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys Wednesday. And congrats to all the winners.
Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Jay, always.
As always. See you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.